Well, hello, LifeSite friends. Jim Hale, alongside my colleague Doug Mainwaring. We're standing in front of the Supreme Court where it appears that Roe v. Wade is going to be coming to an end. What a wild last 12 hours we've had. Doug, I got up this morning and I had a text message from Doug and he says, "Hey, are you going to the Supreme Court?" Doug, we didn't see this coming, did we?
No, not at all. In fact, yesterday at this time, nobody that's here right now expected to be here at the moment. It's quite a surprise, and it's probably a move by someone who wants to derail this.
We're talking about the leak, so these things aren't supposed to be leaked out.
Yeah, absolutely, and evidently this is the first time this has ever happened this way, and I immediately became suspicious that this was a move to try to put this out before the public, so that to produce outrage, so that they could sway one or more, or however many judges they need, away from the current decision to leaving Roe v. Wade in place.
Well, let's just assume that's not we're not gonna let that happen, Doug. Okay, but
let me say something, because exactly a year ago, just a few weeks away from it, in 2012. We had the ruling on the Obamacare individual mandate. And I was here. So many of us were taken by surprise when we heard that Justice Roberts had joined the liberals in supporting the mandate. And later on, we learned that up until a few weeks before that, he had been aligned with the conservatives and was going to rule against it. So these justices can definitely be swayed in the last few weeks.
But it would certainly appear, though, even if Roberts does flake out on us, that we've got 5 votes.
Yeah, and I hope none of the other 5 will collapse here.
Okay, Doug. So if this is true, if we're going to get a majority vote to end Roe v. Wade, what does this mean?
This is wonderful. Now it all goes back to the states, right? And in my state, Maryland, nearby here, they've already taken steps to codify it within our Constitution in the state, so that it can't be undone, at least not easily. And we're going to see battles in different states. Who's going to win, pro-life or pro-abortion forces?
What does this day mean?
Well, obviously, it's a very exciting day. It's like taking Normandy Beach. This is D-Day. We haven't won the war. We've got to make it all the way to Berlin. We've got to make it a crime in all 50 states to kill a human being from conception until birth. But this is an absolutely necessary step toward that end.
What did you think of what Alito wrote?
I was so thrilled. And we've been here before with Casey, with the decision out of Missouri. We thought Roe would have been overturned by now. So I've been holding my breath thinking, will we be betrayed again? But it looks like, unless they cave in to pressure, it looks like Roe will be completely overturned. It will go back to the states, and then one by one, states will make it against the law to kill an unborn child.
Randall Terry II. Now the battle goes to the states.
Yep. I mean, obviously, most of the blue states are going to keep it legal to kill an unborn child, and a bunch of the red states are going to outlaw it immediately. Some states have trigger laws, like Tennessee. Abortion will be outlawed within 30 days of Roe v. Wade being overturned.
Well, first of all, after being involved in this for 49 years, when I read the initial draft, you can ask my wife, I was jumping up and down in my house like I hit my first home run in Little League Baseball, celebrating, because realizing the enormity of it, that Roe is being dismantled, that this senseless and tragic violence against America's children and women is starting to come to an end. So there was celebration, and I think also a sense of gratitude for all those people who have worked so hard for 49 years out at clinics, pregnancy resource centers, donating their finances, It reminds me of the Bible verse, grow not weary in well-doing, for in due season you'll reap a harvest.
Pat, in a lot of ways, the battle goes to the states now for us.
So you raised the best point. Everyone thought the overturning and dismantling of Roe would end it. It's not a finish line, it's a starting line. But here's the good news. We are strongest locally, the pro-life movement. Last year, we passed a record number of pro-life laws in 2021, over 100. But they were blocked by the federal courts. Now we have this level playing field that we can move forward. We're working right now on banning chemical abortions. We're doing so much. We're providing systems to help women. So we want this. We welcome this. We've been waiting for this for 49 years. Actually, the pro-life movement needs to be more energized today. We need to be more active. We need to be more passionate than we've ever been before. And so, but I'm excited for this incredible moment.
Amen.
We are just elated. This is such an exciting time for our movement. We have all worked so hard. I'm so grateful for all of the amazing activists who have come before me, who have laid the groundwork for this incredible moment. We are just so optimistic about the way this is going. The momentum of our movement right now is just unstoppable. And I think, this leak or whatever is like an attempt likely from the other side to mobilize their side, but it's too late. They're falling apart and we are winning. And that's the feeling I'm having today.
Oh my goodness, so many reactions. A, really annoyed at that clerk for disrespecting the integrity of the Supreme Court by leaking that draft. But then B, it's bound, this news was going to come out sooner or later. So, now we just really pray and hope and pray for the justices and their families. And I can't imagine what kind of hate they've been receiving, what kind of pressure they've been receiving. But if anything, this should be cause for hope and rejoicing for the pro-life movement. I never thought I would see this in my lifetime, that Roe would be overturned. And we just get started because this is really only the beginning, as far as it going back to the state level. This is not an end to abortion by any means.
Yeah, this is historic on two fronts, right? One is that there was this unprecedented leak from a Supreme Court ruling that's in works, right? We don't even know what the decision is. 200 years of the court, nothing like this has ever happened. And so we don't want to celebrate early, but what was leaked does look like it's on our side. And so for us, we've been working 16 years at Students for Life as a post-Roe organization. People used to laugh at us when we'd say we're a post-Roe organization, but regardless of how the courts rule, which we hope it's in our favor, it's looking good. We're going to keep doing the work we've always done, which is passing legislation in states, making sure that every woman knows that she is supported and the resources are there for her to be empowered to choose life. So for us, the work doesn't change. It just opens a lot of doors if they actually do go back, as Alito was saying, and reverse Roe and reverse Casey, because that just opens the door into every single state. And we're ready to come knocking on the door of every single state house and say, here's our plan for a post-Roe America.
Yeah, it's like the sign is real now.
Yeah, the sign is real, and it's you talk about like labor pains. You wait 9 months to have a baby, and that's kind of what this feels like. Is this the beginning of these labor pains of like a pro-life movement across the country with the reversal of Roe, with the reversal of Casey?
I'm so glad I've lived long enough to see this. I hope I'm still able to say that when they announce the final ruling in a few more weeks here. But God is good, and I'm just thrilled, and so many people here are thrilled that we've gotten this hint about where the court's going with this.
Well, you might be able to tell. I don't know. Look to my fellow staffers, but Doug Mainwaring is in fighting shape right now, and you're looking great, Doug. By the way, but I know you are in for your own battle. Can you just bring us up to date on your health, brother?
Oh, well, yeah. I haven't spoken about this publicly before, but I was diagnosed. In fact, I was diagnosed the day after I was here with you in December when the court was hearing this case. And I was diagnosed with bladder cancer, and then a few weeks after that with prostate cancer. So I've already had a couple surgical procedures. They've removed some tumors from me. In a few days, I'll meet with the whole team of doctors to find out what the final plan is here. But things, I think, are looking up. I'm cautiously optimistic that I'm going to be able to hang on to all my internal organs at the moment.
That is wonderful. And my gosh, what are you out training for a marathon now?
Yeah, you know what? I've been trying to be in the best shape possible for whatever operations that are in my future here. So I've been walking or jogging between 10 and 25 miles a day. So.
Doug, you know what? I'm so honored to be your colleague. I'm honored to be standing with you here right now. Thanks for texting me early this morning.
Oh, you're welcome. Why were you sleeping in past 5:30?
Doug, I know you wake up like at 3 every morning.
I do.
Yeah. All right. Well, God bless you, Doug. You know what? I'm going to ask all of our viewers to pray for you as you undergo perhaps more procedures. And just know, Doug, how much you are loved by so many people. You, I think, are the premier writer in the world when it comes to the nefarious agenda of the LGBT lobby. And you expose it in a way that nobody else does.
Wow. Well, thank you for saying that, Jim. I'm speechless. How do I respond to that? Thank you.
All right, we love you, brother. So, all right, guys, with my colleague Doug Mainwaring at the Supreme Court of the United States on an historic day,